Hey, C Guy 1948 here. Had a beautiful day. The wind wasn't blowing real hard, so I can spray because you don't want overspray going, well, there's a lot of trees to catch it. But anywho, turned out fairly good. I'm not real happy with it though. It's all right. I need to flip those over once they dry and get the top half. Here's part of the issue. These are on the bottom, so I'm not so worried. That's why I didn't grind that either. But cut that off. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. I had a nice day. I needed to get this done. It's not too often that I don't have a ton of wind coming through here because there's a field there and it just, right now it's starting to pick up. I did this real early. But my spray guns were not up to par today. And the main reason, I believe personally, was this paint thinner I used. This is magic paint I've been using. And Massey Ferguson gray, if you're wondering. Not the correct color for it, but I think it looks fairly good. Oh, got the wheels kind of done up too. Yeah, this paint thinner here, I will never buy it again. Because I used it once while I was doing the Falcon too, and thought, oh well, maybe I just did something wrong. And this here, clean strip green. Well, if it ain't got a scroll and crossbones on it, don't buy it. If it don't say it's going to kill you, oh, the cap blew off. Wonderful. If it don't say harmful, keep out of, Well, I had one that had a skull and crossbones. I guess this one doesn't. Well, that's acetone. Don't use that to thin your paint. That's for cleaning stuff. But yeah, not good. Green. Oh, lower fumes. And it's white. Look at this. It's white. I think you're seeing it. Yeah. That's it right there. Like, what the heck is that? Oh, it dries clear. Well, I've noticed that the shading is probably not going to show up on camera. There's with the spray can, and then there's with the gun. It's a little different shade of color, and I think it's mostly because of that. And here's another interesting thing about this clean strip green paint thinner. It thickened the paint. It claims it's good for oil-based paints, which, well, I don't have the can. It is. It only says do not use with latex paint. Well, I went to strain it again, and look, after it was in the gun, and it started thickening it. That never actually made it through that screen. Yay. Oh, well, I guess a little bit did. No, that was from when it flipped over. So no, nothing made it through that screen. And now I've got to clean my two paint guns out because this first Martin didn't care for it, so I tried this cheaper one. And it has a great piece of advice. Wish you could. If you don't clean me, I won't work. Well, you didn't work too good when you were clean, because that was clean when I started. And it was just spitting and sputtering. Wish I would have took some video of it. But, oh well. So, we got there in the end, though. I came out winning. It'll be all right. It's not perfect in the first place. I didn't really get any runs that I've seen yet, which really surprises me. Probably because it was so thick. There was a little bit on the underside of the fender, but it's, it's up under here. You have a hard time seeing it. And I kind of fixed it too. I still need to come back and fix these runs. Just not happy with that. All because that darn spray gun that Marson was messing up on me when I first started using it on this project too. But I need to come back in here and pull this forward and get the wheels the rest of the way, but you kind of get the idea. Oh, I did the case in red too. Need to get that off, get the air breather cleaned up, and Air breather's gonna be fun. I kind of cleaned it up some. Poor bear's just sitting there waiting for its floor pans. I know, I'll get to you at some point. Just kind of going back and forth. A little update on the Falcon too. I ended up buying a Carter YF carb. I'm going to stick on it because the Autolite 1100 just doesn't seem to work real well. I mean, that's what I bought as an aftermarket, and it had the hesitation. And well, I don't know where the other one was, but it was the exact same thing. But what is it? Oh well, I guess it don't matter too much. But it had the auto choke on the back. The carburetor I have now has an auto choke on it, but it's broken, so I ended up just ordering a whole nother carburetor because the one that YF Carter seems to run really good with it. So the Falcon does. It doesn't have that hesitation in it. I drove it around and it had more power than it ever had before. The only downside was I had to swap out the whole air breather assembly. I slapped a little bit of paint real quick on it because it was kind of an ugly, dirty blue. And there's a mouse nest in it. Yay. So clean that out. Boy, it's turned into something else, didn't it? I should have stopped making our video. Oh well, get a twofer. But there's the one I put on it, Carter YF. And like I say, this choke is completely missing, just busted off. This was on that 200 Mustang that you probably saw a video on, I don't know, a month or two ago. That would have been a couple of years ago at this point that thing I got rid of it. It was just too far gone. It needed rebuilt basically from the back of the door back. It was just rotted out further than I want to deal with for a Mustang that honestly I'd have more in it than I could go buy one and running decent shape for. So, but yeah, the only thing I had to do was adapt to the steel vacuum line to a rubber one. And thankfully on that 200 engine, someone had already built a longer linkage that works. So I don't have to mess around with that. That new one should just bolt right on and the air breather should work. And I ended up buying another heat tube because of course that got smashed when the engine fell over. I don't know if it fell over, fell out of the bucket. It's got a crack in the manifold, like 2 cracks down in here, and the distributor's busted. So it had quite a fall when it got moved. But something happened to it. It must have rolled out of the bucket and landed on its head, I guess, because that's just totally broke. So that should fix all the issues. Oh, don't mind this. I snapped the line off, and I'm going to put that hard line back on here. I just need to find my flaring kit. It's around somewhere. My good flaring kit. I found one that was broken. I think it's actually over here. I don't know how you break a... Oh, well. I guess it's not here. But anywho, alright, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully soon we'll have this thing back together and do a video of it starting up, because I do believe it won't be too difficult to start. I haven't gone through the carb yet, but I did go through the mag, and I poured some gas down it and kind of got the putt just with the crank start. Got to be super careful with that though. I'm kind of wanting to pull start it, but I think this thing's just going to be safe enough to... So yeah, let's pop out already. But you get her about there and should take off. We hope. Oh, I got some red overspray in there. We're going to have to fix that, but that'll be easy. Just spray can, little fix up all the imperfections. So, yep. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Don't buy that stuff. That clean strip paint thinner. I do not recommend it. Oh, and if you're wondering for cleaning your hands, paint off your hands and stuff, yeah, it, I kind of used some acetone. It didn't touch the paint. The clear stuff I normally clean my hands off with, I know I should be wearing gloves. But they are pretty expensive too. For something you're going to use and throw away, but I need to invest. Alright, I'll see you next video. Bye.